Okay, so the question is, are interest rates rising? First of all, thanks for coming to the channel again, watching this video. I'd love to hear your answers to that question or just comments. Are interest rates rising, and what effect will that have on the housing market? And the answer is yes, interest rates have risen a little bit. So since December, and a survey done in December said the 30-year fixed rate has slowly risen, and last week climbed to a highest level since November 2020 or 2020. So the rates have gone up. That's from the Mortgage Bankers Association. So here's over a period of 50 years how 30-year mortgages has moved in unison with the 10-year Treasury rate. The 10-year Treasury rate is when you buy a bond from the U.S. government for 10 years, you pay a certain money, and there's a certain rate they're going to pay you back. Accumulated over 10 years that's what that rate you can see is right here, and then the mortgage rates move exactly what that rate is, and that rate's obviously determined by the market, and the government has an effect on that as well. So that's something I learned, that uh, the amount of interest that the government is going to pay you for when you are buying a bond to fund our government, that's going to be kind of like what the interest is going to be. So what has happened with the 10-year rate? So with the 10-year rate, you can't really see this, but it was at 0.68 to 1.2. It increased over the last 3 months. So since the 10-year Treasury rate has moved upward, interest rates you could predict are moving upward. So this is from Freddie Mac. Reaching its highest point since mid-November, the 30-year fixed rate averaged 2.81% this week. Economic spending has improved due to the most recent stimulus, and so forth. While there are a number of temporary factors driving up rates, the underlying economic fundamentals point to rates remaining in the low 30% range for the year. So yeah, the rates have gone up a little bit. If you look at it historically, the rates today at 2.81 are historically low if you look at the decade's average. So people who have a mortgage today, if you buy a property today and you have a rate at 2.81, you know that's driving up the prices. That's um, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, people who bought their home and or who have that rate, they're going to be bragging and saying, look, I have this rate and you have whatever rate. So what effect does that have? Since the mortgage rates are going to be stable around the 3%, that's still historically low. Prices are still going to stay high. When they start going up again a little more significantly, you know the prices are going to go down. So what do you think? When are prices going to go down? What effect will the rise of rates from 2.81 to into threes? What effect will that have on homes and prices? Do you think they're going to go down this year? Let me know.